Hi guys, so welcome to part 2 of my collection update. In the previous one, was only Blu-ray. This one is only going to be DVD, so without further ado, let's get started. The first one is The Fantastic Flying Books of Mr. Morris Lasmore. It's quite a popular short that's been released, I don't know when it's been released. 2012, 2013, not too sure. Anyway, it was created by Moonbot Studios, and it has received tons and tons of awards. I really recommend you to at least check this short movie out. I mean, even if you just can find it on the internet. Should be possible though, but because I loved it so much, I ordered it directly from the website of Moonbot Studios, and they just shipped it to Belgium. So I can't imagine that if they even ship it to Belgium, that they will ship it worldwide, to be honest. So yeah. Next is Kung Fu Panda Post Winter Wonderland. In the previous part, I told you that I really like the Kung Fu Panda movies. Now, I have them on Blu-ray, and I plan on getting this short, because in the US, this short is on Blu-ray as well. But I found out that the UK had this one just on DVD, very cheap, and I was like, it's only, let's see, I think it's only 25 minutes long. Yeah, 25 minutes long. And I was like, it's definitely, the cost of the Blu-ray and then the cost of importing it would be ridiculous for the amount of stuff you actually get. So I was like, DVD is good enough. I really recommend it. The shorts, the Kung Fu Panda shorts, they really do a very good job with that. I like it a lot more than all their other shorts. It has a lot of heart in it, so I really recommend you to at least watch it once. Now, again, in the previous part, I told you that I wasn't sure about 3 items, whether or not I had shown you before in previous videos. And this one is the last one. I'm not too sure if I've shown this one in a previous video, but yeah, it's season 9 of One Tree Hill, and with this season, I finally complete my collection of One Tree Hill. Yeah, big fan of it, very big fan of it, but yeah, definitely not for everybody, I guess. So next is a Dexter season 4. This is the French edition, but it has Dutch subtitles. I bought it, purchased in the deal with Vampire Diaries season 1 and 2 on Blu-ray from the previous part, and it was like, a promotion on Amazon .France, and yeah, I didn't get it for an amazing price, but because of this, I got the other 2 items for a really good price. So yeah, I have to say, just a quick note, I loved the first season of Dexter, and it really got me hooked to it. The first episodes that I ever watched, I was like, okay, I need to own this. I really immediately imported it from the UK, and I really liked the first season, except for the final 3 episodes kind of thingy, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, so, but, I didn't like it too much, because the Dark Dexter, his dark side, as I call it, really pops up in those final episodes. But I was like, okay, it's okay. So a few months later, I purchased season 2, because people are like, oh yeah, it's really good, blah blah blah. And so I purchased it, and I didn't dislike it. I honestly really hated it. I really did not like that season at all. It's so different from the previous season that I was like, what? This is like a completely different show. The character of Dexter is completely different, and as I said, like, what I didn't like in the final 3 episodes of season 1, his dark side, the dark Dexter, was constantly present in season 2, and that's what I didn't like about it. I mean, I like Dexter, the show, because yes, he's a mass murderer, but he doesn't look like it. He doesn't act like it. He sometimes, like, in a flash, he shows you his dark side, but rather than that, he's just perfectly normal. He's a nice guy, you know. If you watch it, you know what I mean. And so that really put me off Dexter. I mean, I didn't want to see season 3 in the first place. I mean, I stopped watching it for, I think, 1.5 years. I was like, I'm probably gonna sell my 2 seasons that I already own. But I always try to put it off because I said, well, let's first give it another chance with season 3. If I don't like season 3, then I'm definitely gonna sell it. But I'm not gonna buy season 3, so I needed to find someone who had season 3 on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, and then borrow it and then check it out. Now, I have to say, I loved season 3 again. It was again like season 1. So I really liked it. And then I wanted to see season 4, and I just picked it up. And so I don't own season 3, but I do own season 4. And they say it's really good. I haven't seen 1 episode of it yet. But I'm really curious how this is gonna look like. They say it's definitely one of the best seasons of Dexter. So I'm really excited to watch this. Next is Charmed. This is and Charmed 2. So I got the first 2 seasons. This was the first show that me and my brother really followed it on TV. But, you know, in Belgium, the TV channels are like really horrible. Sometimes they show you like half a season and then suddenly they go to the previous season or to the next, and it's not the best way to follow a TV show, but this show was definitely, I've seen most of the episodes on TV of this show, and but I was a bit nervous whether or not I would be bored by it, because I already seen, like, especially from the previous the early seasons, I've seen, I think, 90% of the episodes, but it's really nice to go back and revisit, you know, this amazing show. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It still is. So yeah, Charmed season 1 and 2. It goes for ridiculous prices, so I purchased it second-hand copy, and even second-hand copies go for ridiculous prices, but thankfully I got each season for €9, so that's a good price. Next is, and I'm not going to show the first season very well, because it contains a bit of nudity, but the second season is still okay. Secret Diary of a Call Girl. You could compare this with Hung, an HBO series. I don't know if everyone knows this, but it should be known enough to. But this is like, Hung is about a guy who does the job, and this is about a woman. It's not trashy. I would say it's kind of classy, and it's something in between Hung and Sex and the City. So if you like Sex and the City, you'll probably like this. I really liked it. There are 4 seasons. I watched all 4 in 4 days, which I normally really do not do, but I watched all the 4 seasons in 4 days, and then I was like, okay, I really need to pick this up. So yeah, but it's, honestly, while watching this, I was thinking, HBO, take notes for your show of Hung, because this is 10 times better than Hung. So yeah, if you like Hung, you'll like Secret Diary of a Call Girl. And last but definitely not least, bam! Season 2, 3, 4, and oh yeah, season 5 of Pokemon. Now these are the Australian editions. I purchased it, the first season, 1.5 years ago, something like that, from Mighty Ape, the Australian online store, not the one from New Zealand. And definitely, hands down, the Australian editions of Pokemon look 10 times better than the US one, or anyone else in particular, even the Japanese versions and stuff. I mean, this is definitely the nicest editions that you can get. In Region 2, only France got the seasons, but it's literally, there's only French on it, not English, nothing else, only French. So yeah, I'm like, if I'm gonna buy something, it either contains Dutch or English. So I was looking for to purchase Pokemon, because there is no way we're ever gonna get a Dutch edition. So and I thought, first I looked at the US edition, which is not as nice. A lot of different volumes of one season, which I don't like so much. And then I came across the Australian editions, and they're really nice. It's kind of hard to show you with one hand, but their finish is superb, and but it's kind of expensive to import them. And so when I first purchased the first season, I had a good deal on the item itself. It was only like 20 Australian dollars, which is a very good price. And then I'll show you. And then but the shipping costs were like 17 Australian dollars per item. So if I wanted to, let's say, purchase 4 different items, I would have to pay 4 times 17 Australian dollars just for the shipping costs, which was, ridiculous. And so yeah, but then I think half a year ago, sometimes I really wanted the season, so sometimes I would go and watch the items on the online store on Mighty Ape and just see how their price fluctuates and whatnot. And then, just for the fun of it, I'm sorry for this, but I just want to put it back in there. Just for the fun of it, I put, I think, this season and then the 3rd season in a, in my basket, online basket. And suddenly, the shipping costs were only 16 Australian dollars for both of them. It didn't change, it even dropped, so it wasn't anymore 17 Australian dollars per item. Just in total now, it was 16 Australian dollars, no matter how many items you bought. Now, with Season 2, the first, region, the Kanto region, as they call it, that's the reason where the first region where the first 151 Pokemon are situated, and blah blah. So those were the episodes that I really followed when I was a kid. So I really wanted those, but I didn't want to. I wanted to divide the shipping costs over more items. So then I decided, I'm gonna purchase also the Johto region. And those are not 2 seasons, but 3 seasons. So that's why I purchased up until Season 5. So I definitely, if you want Pokemon on DVD or something, the Australian edition is definitely the edition to go for. I really love it. It looks really good. So yeah. That was my update. Those are DVDs. In my previous part, you can see the Blu-rays if you haven't seen already. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.